It's about the renovation of a dry dock area that's known as the Victoria Arm. This was formerly part of a site that was used as a dry dock when the museum first started. But over the years, through lack of investment, problem with funding, this area has become out of use. The idea we use it for is actually to do conservation work on our historical boat collection within a dry dock area. So obviously in a sealed environment so that we can actually work on our boats quite closely. We had a project that we really wanted to get this area back in commission. We've just, in the last 2 years, we started a boatyard at our site, which is known as the Heritage Boatyard. And we saw this as an important project that the boatyard could get involved with. We can actually work on our historical boat collection. The next step is we've already developed a feasibility study for the actual project. So the next step is to start looking at pumping out the dry dock, assessing the brickwork, looking at recommissioning the gates, potential use of things like non-destructive testing, great exciting words, that we're looking at actually getting the dock back in commission. So, and we are hopefully looking at getting it back in commission by the end of this year. The gates will probably be the biggest challenge. It's as the area that's probably most crucial is the gates, because it stops the water coming into the dock area. So actually getting them to make sure they seal is going to be the most important thing. So it could be some exciting times ahead for us. We will, yes. As part of our project, we use our websites, we use means to actually start promoting ourselves and the work we do, but also there's potential there for volunteers, young trainees, young people actually get involved in us doing the work. So hopefully we'll create a bit of word of mouth and actually spread some skills as well, because it's obviously quite important as well. We're very keen on traditional boat building skills. Obviously we're a museum focused quite largely on boats, but also it could bring in skills about brickwork, maintenance of gates and that sort of thing. So hopefully some good skills will be able to generate. I grew up in Cornwall, and I'm very, very keen on industrial objects that can be engines, power stations, to boats, objects. That's what inspires me, and I've always been very inspired by history. So anything we can use to tell a story of history is quite important. So our boats we have in our collection, we also have documents, photographs, plans. They can all tell you stories about history. Particularly, our main focus is on industrial history. This dry dock area originally was used as an area that lime was unloaded, which is quite interesting about the story of the Industrial Revolution. But we can use that story to then engage people now, so we can hopefully make those links. And industrial history is quite easy to make those links to the present day. We still use dry docks, we still use boats, we still use canals, and we still use engines and equipment. So you can make those relevant quite easy. It seemed a very, very good fund. The aims, objectives were quite broad, which was something we found difficult before. A lot of funders are very, very specific, and the project that we were looking at was very focused on a particular area. And this project allowed us to be quite broad and allow for this project to be developed. And we enjoyed that aims, the objective, actually just promoting everything to do with maritime. At the National Waterways, we are very keen on promotion of the traditional boat building skill, because obviously we have a collection that needs to be maintained, looked after, and we want to develop skills. What we're very keen on is looking at how we can engage people to show them those skills are still relevant and that they actually still have a purpose.